the IPCC acknowledged that the state of current climate models are such that you can't with any certainty figure out where climate results are going to manifest themselves, where you need to build a seawall, that is. So what I wondered is, there are CEOs in this audience and high-ranking executives who have to sort of take the information that they're hearing and figure out what it means for them. So given the inability of the models to figure out where climate change is going to manifest itself, how do people in this audience take a warning from you that this is a big deal and act on it, figure out what a prudent investment in terms, say, of insurance is, or in terms of investments to protect their facilities? What do they do with that?
Well, I would point to, if you look back over the last 5 years, we've had a number of events that have surprised people. So when we had the terrible flooding in Thailand, we suddenly realized that all of us, because you had it as manufacturers and suppliers, we had it as your insurance and reinsurers, we found out that the supply chain and much of what was in play was severely damaged. So there are a number of events that have occurred in the last 5 years that have exposed weak links. And there's no way to predict exactly where it's going to happen next, but we all need to understand that the exposures are flawed. If Hurricane Sandy in New York City, in the tri-state area where I live, if that had been a severe storm, we all need to try to model what that would have meant to us. How many suppliers would have been disrupted? How would our business have been disrupted? How many of our employees would not have been able to come to work for a number of weeks? And what that means from an economic loss. And then we can start to work together, because it'll end up to be public-private partnerships that will solve this. We have to work together to invest in and embrace adaptation projects.
Which mean what?
Which means we need to, there are ways that we can hold back the rising sea levels when a storm's coming. We can't hold them back, but when a storm's approaching, there are adaptation measures that can be taken. We can secure the infrastructure, whether it's the grid, whether it's the subway system, the underground parking garages. They can be secured in a much more smart way. And we also need to start to think about moving things. So we could, I foresee a day where, we'll declare, again, in a public-private format, we'll declare new types of development zones, where we will encourage people in a number of different ways. So it could be with tax incentives. We will do it as an industry because the rates will be more attractive. But if you can go into a different area and build your warehouses, build your plants,
a safer area, that is,
a safer area, and you have to follow the new codes very closely, and we can build perhaps alternative energy sources to provide energy into those areas, because it's my main campus up in Westchester County in New York. I was without power for close to 2 weeks after Hurricane Sandy, and that shouldn't exist. But so I think we can build areas, and we can encourage people to go into those areas. We need to get them away from the shorelines, and we need to be smart about it.